Hi, I'm Peter Blake. I'm a co-executive producer on House, and I wrote the episode Family Practice. A few months ago, I was trying to figure out what my next episode would be, and I had 3 ideas lying around. One was an article I had read about people who can't recognize sarcasm, and I thought that would be a cool way for House to solve the case, because so much of what he says is ironic or sarcastic. I also had a story I wanted to do about a patient who is a hypochondriac. And then I also wanted a patient to fire House, and then for House to not accept his firing. So I had these 3 ideas, and none of them really made up a full episode, and I realized I could combine them. I wrote the idea up, and I gave it to Russ' friend, who pointed out that we had in fact had a hypochondriac as a patient, and it had been only 2 episodes before, and it was Cuddy's mom. And so then I thought, well, you know what, that would make a much more powerful episode if she was the patient. So when I wrote it, it became a lot more serious than I had originally thought it was going to be, not only because it was Cuddy's mom as the patient, which obviously has enormous consequences, but also because if doctors are really being active and doing anything behind a patient's back, it's incredibly dangerous and has a lot of moral dilemmas in it. So when I had that story, I married it to another story that I had been thinking about, in which one of our doctors is acting as a consultant and finds something that could be a bleed in a brain of a patient that he's not really treating. And that became the Taub story. Miguel Sapochnik, who directed the episode, worked with Tony Gadios, who was the DP on the episode, the cinematographer, and they came up with a really cool look and color scheme that tracks the emotional state of the characters and where the story is. So the way Miguel described it was Busby Berkeley musical to film noir to handheld documentary style back to Busby Berkeley. So keep an eye out for that. I hope you also liked the guest cast. It was my favorite guest cast I've ever had for an episode. Not only did we have Candice Bergen, who's fantastic as Cuddy's mom, but we're introducing Paula Marshall as Cuddy's sister in this episode, and Michael Gladys, who played Kinsey on Mad Men, plays Taub's brother-in-law. So I hope you liked their performances and enjoyed the episode.